It's day 77 of reading through the scriptures. We're going to start in Exodus 27. And you shall make a slaughter place of acacia wood, 5 cubits long and 5 cubits wide. The slaughter place is square, and its height 3 cubits. This is the brazen altar, I believe. And you shall make its horns on its 4 corners, its horns are of the same. And you shall overlay it with bronze. And you shall make its pots to receive its ashes, and its shovels, and its basins, and its forks, and its fire holders. Make all its utensils of bronze. And you shall make a grafting for it, a bronze network, and shall make on the network 4 bronze rings at its 4 corners. And shall put it under the rim of the slaughter place beneath, so that the network is halfway up the slaughter place. And you shall make poles for the slaughter place, poles of acacia wood, and shall overlay them with bronze. And the poles shall be put in the rings, and the poles shall be on the 2 sides of the slaughter place for lifting it. Make it hollow with boards. As it was shown to you on the mountain, so they are to make it. And you shall make the courtyard of the dwelling place for the south side screens for the courtyard made of fine woven linen, 100 cubits long for one side, and its 20 columns and their 20 sockets of bronze, the hooks of the columns and the bands of silver. And so for the north side of length, screens 100 cubits long, and it's with its 20 columns and their 20 sockets of bronze, and the hooks of the columns and their bands of silver. And the width of the courtyard on the west side, screens of 50 cubits with their 10 columns and their 10 sockets. And the width of the courtyard on the east side, 50 cubits. And the screens on one side of the gate, 15 cubits, with their 3 columns and their 3 sockets. And on the other side, screens of 15 cubits, with their 3 columns and their 3 sockets. And for the gate of the courtyard, covering 20 cubits long, a blue and purple and scarlet material, and fine woven linen, made by a weaver, 4 columns and 4 sockets. All the columns around the courtyard have bands of silver, their hooks silver, their sockets bronze. The length of the courtyard is 100 cubits, and the width 50 by 50, and the height 5 cubits, woven of fine linen thread, and its sockets of bronze. All the utensils of the dwelling place are for all its service, all its pegs, and the pegs of the courtyard are bronze. And you are to command the children of Israel to bring you clear oil of pressed olives for the light, to cause the lamp to burn continually. In the tent of appointment, outside the veil which is before the witness, Aaron and his sons are to tend it from evening until morning before Yahweh, a law forever to their generations from the children of Israel. Jeremiah chapter 11. The word that came to Jeremiah from Yahweh, saying, Hear the words of this covenant, and speak to the men of Yehuda and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and you shall say to them, Thus said Yahweh Elohim of Israel, Cursed is the man who does not obey the words of this covenant, which I commanded your fathers in the day when I brought them out of the land of Mitzrayim, from the iron furnace, saying, Obey my voice, and you shall do according to all that I command you, and you shall be my people, and I be your Elohim, in order to establish the oath which I have sworn to your fathers, to give them a land flowing with milk and honey, as it is this day. And I answered and said, Amen, Yahweh. And Yahweh said to me, Proclaim all these words in the cities of Yehuda and in the streets of Jerusalem, saying, Hear the words of this covenant and do them. For I earnestly warned your fathers in the day that I brought them up out of the land of Mitzrayim, until this day, rising early and warning, saying, Obey my voice. But they did not obey or incline their ear, but everyone walked in the stubbornness of his evil heart. So I brought on them all the words of this covenant, which I commanded them to do, and they did not do. And Yahweh said to me, There is a conspiracy among the men of Yehuda and among the inhabitants of Jerusalem. They have turned back to the crookednesses of their forefathers who refused to hear my words, and they have gone after other mighty ones to serve them. The house of Israel and the house of Yehuda have broken my covenant I made with their fathers. Therefore, thus said Yahweh, See, I am bringing evil on them which they are unable to escape. Then they shall cry out to me, but I shall not listen to them. And the cities of Yehuda and the inhabitants of Jerusalem shall go and cry out to the mighty ones to whom they burn incense, but they shall bring no deliverance to them at all in the time of their evil. For your mighty ones have become as many as your cities, O Yehuda, and you have set up as many slaughter places to shame as there are streets in Jerusalem, slaughter places to burn incense to Baal. And you do not pray for this people, or lift up a cry or a prayer for them. For I do not hear them in the time that they cry out to me because of their evil. Why should my beloved be in my house? She has done wickedness with many. And does the set-apart flesh remove your evil from you? Then you rejoice? Yahweh has named you a good green olive tree, beautiful of goodly fruit. With the noise of a great sound he has set it on fire, and its branches shall be broken. And Yahweh of hosts, who planted you, has spoken evil against you for the evil of the house of Yisrael and the house of Yehuda, which they have done against themselves to provoke me by burning incense to Baal. And Yahweh made it known to me, and I know it. Then you showed me their deeds. But I was like a gentle lamb brought to the slaughter, and I did not know that they had plotted against me, saying, Let us destroy the tree with its fruit, and let us cut him off from the land of the living, and let his name be remembered no more. But, O Yahweh of hosts, who judges righteously, who tries kidneys and heart, let me see your vengeance upon them, for unto you I have revealed my cause. Therefore thus said Yahweh concerning the men of Anathoth who are seeking your life, saying, Do not prophesy in the name of Yahweh, lest you die by our hand. Therefore thus said Yahweh of hosts, See, I am punishing them. The young men shall die by the sword, their sons and their daughters shall die by scarcity of food. And there shall be no remnant of them, for I bring evil on the men of Anathoth, the year of their punishment. Psalm 77. My voice is to Elohim, and I cry. My voice is to Elohim, and he listened to me. In the day of my distress I sought Yahweh. My hand was stretched out in the night, and I did not cease. My being refused to be comforted. I remembered Elohim and groaned. I complained, and my spirit grew faint. Selah. You ceased the watches of my eyes. I was too troubled to speak. I have thought about the days of old, the years long past. I remember my song in the night. I meditate within my heart. And my spirit searches diligently. Would Yahweh reject forever and never again be pleased? Has his loving commitment ceased forever? Has the promise failed for all generations? Has El forgotten to show favor? Has he shut up his compassions in displeasure? Selah. And I said, This is my grief, that the right hand of the Most High has changed. I remember the deeds of Yah, for I remember your wonders of old. And I shall meditate on all your work and talk of your deeds. Your way, O Elohim, is in set-apartness. Who is a great El like Elohim? You are the El who does wonders. You have made known your strength among the peoples. By your arm you have redeemed your people, the sons of Yaakov and Yosef. Selah. The waters saw you, O Elohim. The waters saw you, they were afraid. The depths also trembled. The clouds poured out water, the heavens rumbled. Also your arrows flashed back and forth. The voice of your thunder rolled along. Lightnings lit up the world. The earth trembled and shook. Your way was in the sea, and your path in the great waters, and your footsteps were not known. You did lead your people like a flock by the hand of Moshe and Aharon. Okay, I am here in John chapter 9. This is where my marker is, and I'm trying to decide if I'm on 9 or 10. It was supposed to be an odd number day, so it should have been an odd number chapter. But I think I read this chapter recently. So I'm going to read 10, and maybe we'll have 9 on tomorrow's reading if I messed up, or I'll just keep on going. Maybe I read 9 2 days in a row. That's what... I don't know. Anyway, sorry about that, but I'm going to go to John 10. Truly, truly, I say to you, he who does not enter through the door into the sheepfold, but climbs up by another way, that one is a thief and a robber. But he who enters through the door is the shepherd of the sheep. The doorkeeper opens for him, and the sheep hear his voice. And he calls his own sheep by name and leads them out. And when he has brought out his own sheep, he goes before them, and the sheep follow him, because they know his voice. And they shall by no means follow a stranger, but shall flee from him, because they do not know the voice of strangers. Yeshua used this figure of speech, but they did not know what he had been saying to them. Yeshua therefore said to them again, Truly, truly, I say to you, I am the door of the sheep. All who came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not hear them. I am the door. Whoever enters through me, he shall be saved, and shall go in, and shall go out and find pasture. The thief does not come except to steal and to slaughter and to destroy. I have come that they might possess life, and that they might possess it beyond measure. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. But the hireling, and not being a shepherd, one who does not own the sheep, sees the wolf coming and leaves the sheep and flees. And the wolf snatches the sheep and scatters them. Now the hireling flees because he is a hireling and not concerned about the sheep. I am the good shepherd. I know mine, and mine know me. Even as the Father knows me, and I know the Father, and I lay down my life for the sheep. And other sheep I have which are not of this fold. I have to bring them as well, and they shall hear my voice. And there shall be one flock, one shepherd. Because of this the Father loves me, because I lay down my life in order to receive it again. No one takes it from me, but I lay it down of myself. I have authority to lay it down, and I have authority to receive it again. This command I have received from my Father. Again there came a division among the Yehudim because of these words, and many of them said, He is a demon and is mad. Why do you listen to him? Others said, These are not the words of one possessed by a demon. Is a demon able to open the eyes of the blind? At that time the Hanukkah came to be in Jerusalem, and it was winter. And Yeshua was walking in the set-apart place in the porch of Shlomo. So the Yehudim surrounded him and said to him, How long do you keep us in suspense? If you are the Messiah, say to us plainly. Yeshua answered them, I have told you, and you do not believe. The works that I do in my Father's name, they bear witness concerning me. But you do not believe, because you are not my sheep, as I said to you. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. And I give them everlasting life, and they shall by no means ever perish, and no one shall snatch them out of my hand. My Father, who has given them to me, is greater than all, and no one is able to snatch them out of my Father's hand. I and my Father are one. Again the Yehudim picked up stones to stone him. Yeshua answered them, Many good works I have shown you from my Father. Because of which of these works do you stone me? The Yehudim answered him, saying, We do not stone you for a good work, but for blasphemy, and because you, being a man, make yourself Elohim. Yeshua answered them, Is it not written in your own Torah? I said, You are Elohim? If he called them Elohim, to whom the word of Elohim came, and it is impossible for the scripture to be broken, do you say of him whom the Father set apart and sent into the world, You are blaspheming, because I said, I am the Son of Elohim? If I do not do the works of my Father, do not believe me. But if I do, though you do not believe me, believe the works, so that you know and believe that the Father is in me, and I in him. Therefore they were seeking again to seize him, but he went forth out of their hand, and went once more to the other side of the yard, into the place where Yochanan was immersing at first. And there he stayed. And many came to him and said, Yochanan indeed did no sign, yet all that Yochanan said about this man was true. And many believed in him there. Okay, if I got the wrong chapter, I'll read 9 tomorrow. Otherwise, I don't know what happened. Because I shouldn't have been on an uneven chapter today.